What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Itz-Beez-Da, TrackStar, and welcome back to another dancehall video tutorial. So another one, really quick video, really simple video. We'll just go through and I'll show you how to edit dancehall vocals, or just in general vocals like a pro. Certain little things what you have to do, or what you need to do to get a better sounding mix. You understand what I'm saying? So me as an artist, when I record, I always record and add background vocals and doubles and ends, you see me? You always want your ends them to be in sync and line up properly. You don't want one side faster than the other or one side louder than the other, you see me? So them things that are stuff where you go through and you edit, you see me? So if you are a mixer and people are sending you songs for mix, that's not mixing, that's editing. You understand what I say? Your job as a mixer, EQ, compression, plug-in, turn up, turn down, you see me? As an editor, you line up vocals, you tune vocals, you tweak this, you sync this, you stretch this, and that's editing, cleaning up the session, getting rid of breaths and all of them stuff. That's editing, you see it? So you really can't charge for that because that's not your job as an engineer when you mix, you see me? You're not supposed to turn up and turn down breath. Engineer is still supposed to do that, but Jamaicans, as much as these are hard-working culture, are very lazy when it comes to that. You see me? I have someone like a drunk artist I love. Tell us, yo, the break them too loud and the break them. Brother, you never pay me if you turn down that. You see me? That's not my job. When I have to do that, you pay me if you mix a song. I could care less if you want to sound like I say you're exhausted in the song. That's not my job. You see me? Because if I tell you, say, yo, I'm going to charge you extra for do the editing, you're going to tell me, say, no. You see it? You know, I'm paying me for do that. So no complain about that. You tell him at the studio where you pay for record you and engineer you for do that. That's not my job. You see me? So let's get started. I work on a song my voice from a few years back named Pretty Little Secret. I go through this portion already. But I have this little portion here where I have 8 doubles, you see me? Or 8 tracks of the same vocal. I'm just going to show you how to sync up and line up everything. It's a visual and a mental thing. So this is the first part right here. We've been a fuck since kids, but me and you alone really know just how we live. Pull it out, yourself you put it in back, slap you upon your ass, turn you around and fuck your front and back. We've been... Everything seems in sync, everything ends when every other thing ends, you see me? Pull it out, yourself you put it in back, and then when back done, that's it. In and drag over, in and stretch over, that's it. So I'll go through, I will show you editing process. So here we have like this last piece here. Alright, so visually, like I say, it's a visual and a mental thing. Visually, we can see this is out of time. It's not a lot, because you don't really hear it like that, but it's out of time when you look on it. So the quickest or the fastest way you can go about lining this up is just hold on control, left click and drag it around like that and say, alright, that's it. But then when you do that, you look now, you say, alright, this is a piece of out of timing. So you come in now, press B, separate that, you drag this across. So now you say, alright, this is a piece of in timing, but look at now, when you look on the big blob over here, so you realize that the big blob start after this a big blob here. So I say, oh, Jaja, that's right. Cool. So the thing what you can do as a start is you manually go through and you separate all of the clips and you line up what you line up. Right? So you go through the line up what's supposed to line up. If it's there, you say, all right, have it down to a certain like way now. Cool. I like add fades to all of these clips. You see me? Control the volume. So we say, all right, we have the first part. The first part simple because you know really too complicated, everything kind of depend on the correct timing already, you see it, so we can line up that little portion there. So boom, now we just fade out. So we have the first part line up. Now the second part now is a little bit more complicated because like I say, you have multiple different parts. You as an artist, and I don't care how great the artist, how talented, how legendary, you as an artist cannot perform 2 vocal takes the exact same way. It is impossible, isn't it? It's impossible. You can go close, but you can never go perfect. I don't care if you sit down and do it whole day, isn't it? So that's what creates a natural chorusing effect as an artist. when you perform a track or a take 2 times. You see me, it give a natural chorusing effect. So that's why it make your vocal sound wider, because it's different. You see me? You're doing a different take. That's why pop vocals sound so big, because them have like 20 different takes. But then you still have to know how to mix the 20 different takes. You see it? So we have this portion now. We can look on the way and say, all right, come up to here. So this now line up. You see me? So we go about fixing that by firstly separate this track here. I'll bring this across. And let me say the big blob needs to line up. Also the ends need to line up, right? So when I move around, I realize nothing now go on. What else can you do? You have a tool in a Pro Tools called TCE. Not sure what it means, but in short, it's a time stretching tool, right? So what you can do with this tool now is you can say, all right, my line up or I can line up, I can nothing more. So what I do typically is I overstretch the clip I want to stretch, right? So I make sure say longer than what I need, because when you time stretch, you're going to lose information, right? So if let's say I have this clip here, boom. I'm going to cut off all of that, and then I time stretch it out. I can't go back in and re-stretch it, because when I time stretch it, hold on, it's creating a new clip, so I can't go and re-stretch it and get back the little tail. So that's why I say I have to be careful, because it will lose info. That's why I rather have more than less. So I know some more time stretch to match this clip here, right? So what I'm gonna do is we just highlight that, come to this track, separate those parts, and then the track I'm want to stretch now, make sure so what I need to line up is lined up. So this big piece here, we line that up, and then with TCE and stretch it out, and then we look and we say, all right, the waveform now match up, so maybe I'm overstretch, right? So you stretch a little bit instead of a lot, and then you can just manually shift back the clip. So now your waveforms them, if we go so, and shift around the 2 track, now the waveforms them start line up, right? So if we go up, you can see the big blob here. It might start a little bit later, but we can always shift your clip around. You see me? It doesn't have to be a situation where you can't move it. You can always shift around the clip. So now you solve that problem. But now, let me say you overstretch, so you have more information than what you need. So now you can just re-stretch the part where you never have a problem with it at the first place, right? And then if you kind of bring it back with this track, you just add a fade and you cross fade it, right? So now we have the top track line up a certain way. You just have to do the track underneath that now. So this track is too long to start with. Like it's timing wise, it's the notes them when we perform it, we roll out the notes them a little bit longer. So firstly what you do, you move it into position so it start where it's supposed to start, but you notice it right there, so off. So you grab time stretching again, and this time you go shorten the clip. You continue shorten the clip until you get it down. Now, if you notice, me try it twice and it's still in a line up. So that means me I go about this wrong. So what you do instead is you split this clip. You line up this clip here. Use time stretching to bring this down a little bit. And now I'm going to show you a very important thing what a lot of people don't think of. These are background vocals, right? They're there as support. So you can treat them like they are support, which means they are expendable. They're not really important, right? So what you can do is, boom, you have that lineup, you have this lineup. Because they are just there as support, if you play them by themselves, you have this. It doesn't sound like it's missing information, right? So if I drag this down, oh no, sorry, I dragged down the wrong clip. Look here, you can see that it's not lining up because there's information missing, but because it's expendable, is not really that important. It's not, you're not hear it, isn't me? That means that is fine, isn't it? Because at the end of the day, music is a listening thing. So just because you not see it, because it's not there visually, doesn't mean say it will affect what you hear. So when we do this now and we add the fades, fuck your front and back, fuck your front and back, front and back. If we put in the main vocal, fuck your front and back, fuck your front and back, fuck your front and back, fuck your front and back. There's no way I can say, yo, Jaja, that sound weird. Because it's not, it sound good. I turn you around now, fuck your front and back. You see me? So that takes care of that piece. When I'm done editing stuff like that, typically what I do is I just go so boom, press a one button, add merge everything together. So now you couldn't even tell, say, I never some record it, you see me? So now we move on to the big one over here. So highlight this section and turn off loop. So we have about 8 track of vocals. Alright. Might sound like a lot, but it's not. We need to line up these tracks. So first the one I like to do is go highlight all of them. Or come up to the edit, fades, delete. We get rid of all fades. You cannot time stretch if you have fades on a clip, you see me? So I delete all of the fades them. So what we're going to do now, we're going to manually line them up first, right? So I know I say clip's supposed to start here. And the waveforms are not going to be perfect, so don't expect them to be perfect, right? So we're going to manually line them up. Once we realize so we can get them to line up, then we go through and we time stretch. So we right click TCE, time stretch back. Alright, so we have more of a uniform thing here. If you notice, this one don't line up as well as this one, so that's when you just go through and you cut and you move around clips. Just like that. Alright. So because I know this is what I say, like sometimes it's tricky because you have to know what you need or what you can do in a certain situations. Because with time stretch, if I were to try stretch this now, we'll get back the big blob, right? So that means that's not going to work. So we'll just undo all of this, go way back to the beginning, but we have that. And what we really can do now is we can go so, boom, cut all of these, line them up, see what we need. Now we realize this last one is cool, but this one is also cool. This one is okay, but we can always, add a fade to that, or we can stretch that out to be longer. And then this first one is a little bit too long, so we can also fix that. But this first one, I think we'll leave it as it is, and then just add a crossfade like that. Then this one here, we're gonna stretch. Boom. All right, perfect. Then go back to standard. Add a fade. Adjust bounce. Or add a little fade here. Add a fade here. Then we can also make this a little bit longer out here. So what I'll do is delete the fade. And then time stretch this out a little bit. Much better. Standard. Add a little fade back. Fade out that clip. Highlight all of this. Put a fade on the first clip. And then now we have one solid clip where everything now is more in time with the clip above. You see me? So we're going to do that for the rest of the tracks them. More fast forward, because if I do that for all of them on the video going to last forever. So I'll be back in a few. Alright, so we have to have everything lined up and timing and all of that. So if we play it now, we have this. Fuck your front the back. I'ma know say you're freaky. Trust me, baby, believe me. And you can hear the difference between the trust me, baby, believe me. I'ma know say you're freaky. One's more in time and start and end the same time. And the other one is a little bit over the place. So you might have one clip a start up, then another clip a start up. One word I say, and then another word I say, and all this. So the second half not really in timing. But just I try to show you the values of, editing and all of that stuff. But that just take me like 10 minutes just to do that little portion right here. So which is why I'm like, yeah, I'm charged that's not mixing, bro. That's editing, bro. But I think until next time, it's the boy Itz-Beez-Da, TrackStar. Peace.